After winning the Champions League with Bayern Munich in August, Alphonso Davies became the first Canadian to win the prestigious competition. In fact, this campaign in Europe was a lot of firsts for Canadian football. Davies became the first Canadian to play in a Champions League final, and we would be surprised if he becomes the first Canadian to be named in the FIFA Team of the Year. The young fullback continues to go from strength to strength in what is a promising career that's already achieved so much. In fact, bar the Europa League and the FIFA Club World Cup, Alphonso Davies has won every single trophy European football has on offer for Bayern Munich. The story of Davies is a heartwarming one. Born to Liberian parents in a refugee camp in Ghana, the youngster arrived in Canada as a 5-year-old. Life wasn't easy for the Davies household, but the youngster's ability allowed him to dream big. Patience and hard work paid off when the youngster signed for the MLS side Vancouver Whitecaps. At the age of 15, Davies was already playing for the senior side and holding his own. Once he was granted Canadian nationality, the youngster was called up to play for the national team in an international friendly against Curaçao. Across the Atlantic Ocean, word was spreading about a prodigious talent displaying skills that could make him one of the brightest young talents in the old continent. Scouts placed in Canada, representing Manchester United, Barcelona, and a host of other clubs, kept calling their official headquarters, urging them to sign this precocious talent. However, no response came, but Bayern Munich knew exactly what they were seeing, and what they saw was more than enough for them to part with $13 million plus $9 million worth of performance-related bonuses and bring the player to Bavaria. Since then, Davies has not looked back. The 2019-20 season was the campaign where the teenager truly announced himself on the global stage. By now, everyone knows who Alphonso Davies is. Blessed with searing pace, great defensive ability, and a very logical approach towards the game, Davies is likely to develop into one of the best fullbacks around. It was the 9th match day of the 2019-20 Bundesliga campaign when Davies made his first league start for Bayern in a 2-1 win over Union Berlin. The youngster hasn't looked back since. Now we know that we've said a lot about Alphonso Davies and how the future looks for him, but there might come a time when the youngster would want to seek something different. Playing at Bayern Munich has made him a better player, and the Bavarians have helped him in his development a lot. But who's to say that this would stop the youngster from leaving the Allianz Arena when the time comes? So which clubs might be able to sign the youngster, or to put it into perspective, which clubs have the ability to entice Davies into leaving Germany? Real Madrid. Los Blancos are a global brand and are always on the lookout for the next Galactico. In Alphonso Davies, Canada has its first ever global superstar. The youngster is the face of Canadian football and has a loyal following back home. Bringing him to the Santiago Bernabeu would make absolute sense. However, Zinedine Zidane's side already have Marcelo on their ranks. The Brazilian is 32 now, and his replacements are already in place in the shape of Ferland Mendy and Sergio Reguilon, with the latter spending last season on loan at Sevilla, for whom he won the Europa League. So would it make sense for Alphonso Davies to leave for a club where he might not even get enough game time? We don't think so. Barcelona. With Jordi Alba 31, La Blaugrana would definitely be preparing for the future. Barcelona are a club heading towards major changes, and the club would want to add fresh blood into their ranks. However, with the way the club is being run at the moment, the whole Lionel Messi affair, Alphonso Davies might be taking a huge gamble if he leaves for Camp Nou. Clearly at Bayern, he has a better chance of collecting more silverware compared to Barcelona, a team against which he played a huge role in the recent 8-2 demolition job. Juventus. With Alexandra the only natural left-back in the Juventus squad, the Bianconeri might be looking to have another option in the squad. While Mattia De Sciglio has operated in this position a little, the Italian does look a little uncomfortable in this role. However, the old lady might never be able to sign Alphonso Davies due to the fact that the Italians are currently in no financial position to make a move for a player who's going to cost at least €100 million. Clearly, Bayern Munich are only going to relent if they receive an astronomical bid. Perhaps this is the reason why the club is already looking to sell off some members in the squad, such as Aaron Ramsey, Douglas Costa, and even Paulo Dybala. Manchester City. Under Pep Guardiola, the citizens have established themselves as a true European giant. The club's issues at left-back are well documented. Alexander Zinchenko is too inconsistent, while Benjamin Mendy's injury record and off-the-field issues kind of make us feel that he might never be able to realise his full potential. But under the current ownership, City have a wealth of resources and would be in a position to splash the cash on one of the brightest young talents in the continent. However, it still remains to be seen if Guardiola would want to go for Alphonso Davies, given the fact that the Spaniard might already be looking to make a major signing this summer. Lionel Messi has been hotly linked with a move to the Etihad after letting Barcelona know that he wants out. The move, if it ends up happening, would cost an arm and a leg despite City's vast resources. Therefore, we don't expect the English Giants to make an immediate approach for the young left-back. Manchester United. The Red Devils are definitely not covered in this role. Luke Shaw isn't very consistent and too one-dimensional, while Brandon Williams might do well as a right-back. The club hasn't had a truly attack-minded left-back since Patrice Evra left, and a move for Alphonso Davies would be logical. The only problem is that Manchester United have a man sitting in the stands who's notoriously bad at negotiating terms for players his manager wants. Solskjaer had been eager to sign Jadon Sancho immediately, but the youngster is still at Borussia Dortmund because Ed Woodward is simply refusing to meet the German club's asking price. This is exactly what happened when the club was pursuing Bruno Fernandes. That deal took a whole window to finalise. Similarly, Harry Maguire was signed only days before the new season began. United are, to put it in simpler words, bad at signing players that they've been actively pursuing. They might be linked with thousands of players but just never seem to finalise deals quickly, which is why they would never be able to sign a player of Davies' calibre this summer or the summers after this one. So where does he go? Well, you might agree with us here. Alphonso Davies is unlikely to leave Bayern Munich, at least not right now anyway. Under contract at the Allianz Arena until 2025, the youngster has a lot of time on his hands and doesn't even look like he wants to leave. Indeed, we'd be surprised to see him leave even 2 years from now because he's at the perfect place at the moment and it would be unwise for him to leave. Moreover, Bayern Munich are entering a new era. This is perhaps one of the most exciting Bayern sides in recent memory, so Davies would naturally want to continue winning titles and individual accolades with the Bundesliga giants. Throw in the fact that Bayern Munich aren't in a business to sell their best players makes this transfer a dream transfer, or something that can only happen in video games. Meanwhile, the rest of us can simply sit down and watch the Alphonso show and simply admire a real talent who might even help Canadian football scale those dizzying heights they've never experienced before. So, want to know how we never miss a match? With Fubo TV, you can stream any game, anytime, anywhere. Use our link in the description to start for free and watch your favourite teams live.